Let's get one thing straight. This isn't just another headline or a blip on the radar of automotive news. What just happened is a moment that will echo through the halls of motoring history. It's the kind of event that makes you sit up, put down your phone, and realize you're witnessing a turning point. The car world just had a grenade tossed into its lap. Not a literal explosion, but something just as disruptive. A shockwave that's going to be felt in every boardroom, every garage, and every driveway around the globe. While most of us were sipping coffee, going about our morning routines, a seismic shockwave erupted from Shenzhen. The city woke up the world, sending ripples through the entire automotive industry. It wasn't just a press release, it was a wake-up call. This wasn't an earthquake, it was a declaration of war. A bold, unmistakable signal that the status quo is over. The old rules no longer apply and the competition just got a lot fiercer. A statement so bold, it makes Elon Musk's tweets look tame. The world of internal combustion just received its starkest warning yet. The future isn't coming. It just kicked the door down, uninvited, and demanded everyone's attention. Headlines exploded across social media, and the message was clear: adapt or be left behind. This was a roar from the east, delivered by Wang Chuanfu, the boss of BYD. BYD, once a relative unknown, is now the world's biggest EV manufacturer. They've gone from making batteries to building an empire, and now, they're setting the pace for everyone else to follow. Their leader has drawn a line in the sand. The age of the petrol car is over. Not in a decade, not in 5 years, now, today. The message is uncompromising, and it's sending shockwaves through the industry. The clock has struck midnight for the old guard. This moment will be talked about for years. Think of the Ford Model T, the Mini, the Bugatti Veyron. This is that kind of moment. It's a pivot point, a before and after in the story of the automobile. Generations from now, people will look back and say, that's when everything changed. BYD has looked the German, American, and Japanese giants in the eye and said, your time is up. It's breathtakingly bold, and they might just have the muscle to back it up. The established titans of the industry are now on notice, and the world is watching to see how they'll respond. So, buckle up. This isn't just another story about electric cars. It's about a fundamental power shift in a century-old industry. Technology, economics, and ambition are colliding on a global scale. The race is on, and the stakes have never been higher. Every automaker, every engineer, every driver is now part of this unfolding drama. We're about to witness a battle for the soul of the automobile. The old guard, V8s and V12s, versus the new pretender, batteries and silent, brutal acceleration. It's not just about speed or style anymore. It's about survival, innovation, and redefining what it means to drive. What happens next will define the cars we drive and the way we think about transport for the next generation. The game has changed, for good, and it's only just begun. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing's for sure. The world will never look at cars the same way again. So what was the big announcement that sent shockwaves through the entire automotive world? At a packed press conference, with the eyes of the global industry watching, Wang Chuanfu took the stage and made a declaration that would change the course of BYD, and perhaps, the future of cars themselves. Wang Chuanfu announced that BYD would immediately halt all research and development into new internal combustion engine platforms. No more new petrol or diesel engines, effective right now. This wasn't just a gradual shift, it was a hard stop, a line in the sand. The world's largest car maker by volume just pulled the plug on petrol and diesel. This is a company that built its empire on both electric and traditional vehicles, now making a bold, irreversible pivot. From this moment forward, every yuan of investment, every engineer's effort, and every new factory will be dedicated solely to battery electric and plug-in hybrid vehicles. The entire organization is now focused on electrification, with no resources left for the old way of doing things. But that was just the start. The announcement was only the opening salvo in a much larger transformation. Wang unveiled what he called the Dragon's Pledge, a promise that by the end of 2028, every single BYD vehicle sold worldwide will be a plug-in. That means no more pure petrol cars, and no more mild hybrids that can't run on electricity alone. The new baseline for BYD is a plug-in hybrid with real, usable electric range, enough to cover most daily commutes without burning a drop of fuel. This isn't just about compliance, it's about making electric driving the default experience. In effect, Wang gave the internal combustion engine a 3-year death sentence at BYD. The countdown has begun, and there's no turning back. Then came a new global pricing strategy. BYD's electric vehicles will be priced at or below any comparable petrol car from major brands, not in the distant future, but starting now. This move aims to remove the last barrier for customers considering the switch to electric. And finally, the new Dragon Blade platform was revealed, promising a staggering 1,000 kilometers of range by 2027, 5 years ahead of the competition. This is a leap that could redefine what's possible for electric vehicles. With these bold moves, BYD isn't just playing the game, they're rewriting the rules, setting a new standard for the entire industry, and challenging the world to keep up. Grand promises from car bosses are nothing new. For decades, we've heard bold claims about the future, electric revolutions, self-driving dreams, and world-changing technologies. But more often than not, these declarations end up as little more than marketing hype, with timelines quietly pushed back and ambitions scaled down. But BYD's statement carries real weight, because unlike many rivals, they actually deliver on what they promise. Their track record isn't built on empty words. It's built on results you can see on the road and in the numbers. They're not a legacy automaker struggling to pivot to new technology. They're a tech company at heart, one that just happens to make cars. This gives them a unique edge in an industry where innovation is everything. BYD started as a battery manufacturer, and that DNA runs deep throughout the company. Their expertise in batteries isn't just a side project, it's the foundation of everything they do. They control their supply chain from end to end, making their own chips, designing their own batteries, and driving down costs through sheer scale and relentless innovation. This level of control is rare in the auto industry, and gives BYD a huge advantage. This vertical integration is their superpower. It means they're not at the mercy of suppliers or global shortages. They can move faster, adapt quicker, and keep prices low. So when Wang Chuanfu says he can undercut a petrol Golf with a better EV, he's not just making a wild guess. He's done the math, run the numbers, and built the factories to make it happen. Last year, BYD sold more plug-in vehicles than anyone else on the planet. Their cars aren't just concepts, they're already out there, being driven by millions. They've conquered China, the world's largest car market, and now they're rapidly expanding into Europe, Southeast Asia, and Latin America, markets where many thought Chinese automakers would never succeed. But BYD isn't just exporting cars, they're exporting their entire manufacturing ecosystem, setting up plants and sharing their know-how around the globe. The Blade battery was a game-changer, setting new standards for safety and performance, and the next generation of batteries promises to push those boundaries even further. While other automakers scramble to secure battery contracts and catch up, BYD is already working on the technology that will power cars in 2035 and beyond. This isn't hopeful aspiration, it's a statement of fact, backed by years of relentless progress and a clear vision for the future. BYD is operating from a position of real strength, with the infrastructure, expertise, and ambition to reshape the global auto industry. The final push has begun, and this time, it's not just talk. It's the start of a new era. The ripples from this announcement will be global. Europe's German giants, VW, BMW, Mercedes, are on high alert. The US Big Three rely on petrol profits to fund their EVs. BYD's affordable electric SUVs threaten that foundation. Japanese and Korean brands face a pincer. Their hybrid leadership now looks outdated. In developing markets, BYD could leapfrog the ICE era entirely with affordable EVs. The global automotive map is being redrawn. The pressure is on, everywhere. The slow burn debate between combustion and electric is over. BYD's announcement is the lit match. The countdown to the end of mainstream petrol cars has begun. Price parity? BYD delivers it now. The financial argument for petrol just evaporated. 1,000-kilometer range means charging anxiety fades for most. For daily driving, home charging is already more convenient. The emotional connection to engines is real, but most buyers want A to B transport. For them, silent, smooth, cheap-to-run EVs are irresistible. BYD's move forces a stark choice, and the market will favor electric. Petrol cars are starting to look like CRT TVs in a 4K world. As charging networks grow, the last arguments for combustion will wither. BYD hasn't just built a better EV, they're making petrol cars obsolete. This is how revolutions happen, by making the old way illogical. Emergency board meetings are happening in Wolfsburg, Stuttgart, and Detroit. 10-year plans are obsolete overnight. Competitors will split into 3 camps: accelerators, defenders, and gamblers. Accelerators, like Hyundai, Kia, maybe Ford, will double down on EVs, racing to catch up. Defenders, the German giants, will tout heritage and quality, but privately, they're panicking. Their business is built on perfecting combustion. They can't abandon it overnight. They'll defend the premium market while scrambling to speed up EV programs. Gamblers, like Toyota, must decide: pivot to battery electric or double down on hybrids and hydrogen. No one can afford to stand still. The comfortable pace of change is gone. BYD has set a ferocious, new tempo. The era of polite competition is over. the next 24 months will be the most chaotic in the auto industry since BYD. First, a global price war. BYD's move forces rivals to slash EV prices, even at a loss. Good for consumers, brutal for legacy automakers. Second, rapid consolidation. Many EV startups will vanish or be acquired. The dream of being the next Tesla is over, now it's survival among giants. Third, innovation focus shifts. The new battleground is software, battery efficiency, and user experience. The best car will be the one with the best operating system. Traditional automakers struggle here. Tech-focused BYD has the edge. Finally, expect political fallout, tariffs, trade barriers, and subsidies as countries fight to protect their auto industries. The car industry is a source of national pride. Governments won't let it go easily. This battle will escalate into a geopolitical and economic one. The road ahead is bumpy. Buckle up. For car buyers, the future is arriving faster than anyone imagined. Soon, buying a new petrol car will be a niche, emotional choice, like buying vinyl. Showrooms will be dominated by EVs at every price point. The question isn't, should I get an EV, but which EV? The old hierarchy, German, Japanese, American, is being dismantled. China, led by BYD, is poised to dominate. The concept of a car company is changing from mechanical masters to tech giants. Cars will be more connected, autonomous, and updated over the air. But a market dominated by a few giants could mean less choice, and millions of jobs tied to combustion engines will be disrupted. The revolution is messy, and its destination is still uncertain. We're at a crossroads. One path leads to the familiar roar of engines, the other to a silent digital future. For a century, cars meant freedom, performance, and beauty. I'll mourn the passing of great combustion engines, but nostalgia can't change reality. BYD's move is checkmate. They can outproduce, outprice, and out-innovate the old guard. The age of the mass-market combustion engine is over. Brands like Porsche and Ferrari may survive as niche, luxury makers, but their mainstream cars must go electric. Adapt or become relics. This is a story of ambition. BYD's ambition to dominate the world. The cars we drive in 10 years will be shaped by decisions made now. The future of the car starts here, and it's gonna be one hell of a ride.